Copyright law was created under the idea of promoting the progress of science and useful arts in the best interests of the author. Economic incentive, along with the ability to hold the integrity of your works, was put into place to keep authors and artists alike creating and developing. To hold up to this integrity, there are 5 exclusive rights given to the author or authors of a piece of work. These rights include the right to reproduce, perform, display, derive, and distribute. To continue to promote the progress of science and useful arts, these exclusive rights were only granted to authors of works for a limited amount of time. Once that time has run out, the work is to go into the public domain for other authors to use and create from. With this brought balance to the system, in that new works can be built on from works of the past. Like Sir Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen farther, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." When thinking of the public domain, what comes to mind is a famous American painting known as the American Gothic, painted on beaver board with oil paint in the 1930s by Grant Wood. The painting depicts what was his idea of the Midwestern character of the 15th century. This famous American painting became a part of the public domain in 1958 for failure to meet the copyright renewal deadline. For works that did not meet the deadline at the time expired at the closure of the 28th consecutive year. Though Wood's estate would file suit in 1980, more than 20 years after the deadline, in hopes to get the copyright renewed, they would be denied, for once something becomes part of the public domain, it remains there forever. Since its inception into the public domain, the American Gothic has been found everywhere, from movies to television. This painting has become an American icon in itself. But the question is, has it been done in good light? Though I have had my fair share of laughs of the likes of this painting, from it showing up on Saturday Night Live skits to it being portrayed in all sorts of different fashions, it has been everywhere. Though it has been used in many comical situations, I still feel that it is doing good in the public domain. It continually reminds us what times were like back in the 15th century and promotes that Midwestern farmer's life. It shows up everywhere, and it continually reminds us that no matter what kind of skit it is put into or what it is used to portray, that it is being used for the further creations of artistic ideas. Another one that comes to mind is the nursery rhyme A Tisket, a Tasket, which was published in 1879. This nursery rhyme has been enjoyed by kids for a very long time, and is the spawn of the rhyming game Duck, Duck, Goose. Kids would sit in a circle, and one would go around the circle tapping each of the children's head as he or she passed by, while singing the Tisket Tasket rhyme. The kid would then drop a handkerchief on the ground, and the nearest child would chase the dropper around the circle. If the child was caught, he or she would have to kiss the dropper or join the circle. Since the nursery rhyme has been a part of the public domain, musical artists have made amazing creations from this idea. One that has made this rhyme famous would be Ella Fitzgerald. Ella would release her version of this song in 1938, and it would go on to be #1 in the pop charts. Another artist who used this Tisket Tasket rhyme would be Stevie Ray Vaughan in his version of Mary Had a Little Lamb. Stevie fiddles around with the lyrics. Tisket, tasket, a yellow basket. I sent a letter to my baby, and on my way I passed it. So overall, I feel this is another great example of standing on the shoulders of giants. If these creations were never released into the public domain, the creativity and artistry that followed thereafter would have never come to fruition. When I think of things that are not a part of the public domain, the first thing that comes to mind would be Mickey Mouse. I think that Mickey Mouse is a perfect example on why things should be released to the public domain. Mickey was to be a part of the public domain in 2003, but Disney scrambled to be a part of what was to be Sonny Bono's Copyright Term Extension Act, also known as the Mickey Mouse Protection Act. This act allows for 20 more years allotted to the Mickey Mouse copyright protection that was originally supposed to be allotted for only 75 years. Mickey Mouse won't enter the public domain until 2023. I personally feel that the original 75 years for a business is already a great deal of time to allow for a work to be copyrighted. Now with the 20-year extension, I feel that it is not promoting the future creative works of artists and is only hindering the artistic community by showing them that money is more important than the progress of science and useful works of art. One copyright that I feel should not exist is the copyright for the song Happy Birthday, written by Mildred and Patty Hill. Happy Birthday is a song sang by millions around the world in celebration of our day of birth. This is a song that I feel should be part of the public domain. When a piece of work becomes so widely used in culture, I believe it should be let to become part of culture, instead of seeing it as a way to squeeze every last penny out of such work. Though they do hold the copyright, it is widely speculated that they even wrote the song at all. Though they wrote the melody to the song, it is speculated that the melody was comprised of a series of similar songs. Not to mention, the original copyright was not for the lyrics that we all know to be Happy Birthday. The original copyright was for the lyrics Good Morning to All. I feel that works such as this should be part of the public domain because it has become much more than money. It has become part of what copyright was there to support in the first place: culture.